Welcome back. The Oregon State Ethics Commission has decided it will not launch a full probe into complaints against Governor Tina Kotek and First Lady Amy Kotek Wilson. This all has to do with the role of the first spouse. You might remember the governor came under scrutiny earlier this year for reportedly trying to create a formal office. The governor later said an official office for the First Lady was off the table and that she would seek the Ethics Commission's guidance. Today, in a 4-4 split vote, the commission ruled there was not enough evidence to find the governor or the First Lady violated ethics rules. Well, meanwhile, in the Woodburn School District, some employees have filed their own ethics complaint against their school board chair. Thomas Schultz has more on what some educators call a clear conflict of interest.
Well, guys, we're down in Woodburn after this ethics report, which staff say that conflict of interest has been going on for months, and that Woodburn board chair Noemi Legaspi has been soliciting clients at school events after the school board passed $6 million in state grant funding for counseling.
And that's a huge conflict of interest.
For months, staff in Woodburn schools have been sounding the alarm.
It was jarring, to say the least.
After they say school board chair Noemi Legaspi violated ethics laws when Legaspi, who's also a licensed therapist, began offering therapy sessions to Woodburn students.
It doesn't feel right that this person is doing private business at the same time that, as an elected public official, is representing the entire community.
Tony Salm is the president of the Woodburn Teachers Union and a 5th grade teacher. He says the board chair bypassed protocols when Legaspi allegedly told counselors she wanted referrals sent directly to her. Generally, third-party providers are only contracted after all other options are tried.
One of my students was actually pulled during state testing, and we are trained and taught that never should happen.
And it never had before in Salm's 20 years of teaching. Other educators also had odd experiences. In the report, one counselor says Legaspi asked her to refer a kid to her services. The counselor told district staff she didn't feel comfortable referring students that don't need mental health services. Others claim Legaspi didn't consult teachers or counselors before pulling a student from class.
None of us knew. We were not put into the loop. There was no communication whatsoever, and this student has some pretty significant needs.
We reached out to both Legaspi and the school district for interviews. Both declined our request. Though in this preliminary review from the Oregon Ethics Commission, Legaspi says she thought she could help the Woodburn School District with her expertise in mental health services. Staff disagree.
I'm honestly pretty angry about it myself.
And in the report, it's clear several Woodburn administrators were uncomfortable too.
This person, due to her position, is being given access that other private counseling services wouldn't have.
Now, in the end of that ethics report, the commission found that Legaspi may have violated ethics state laws and that an investigation should be pursued. In Woodburn, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.